When you look out the window up here, there's just this complete, perfect blackness. And the stars, they don't twinkle. They're just these sharp, brilliant points of light. And hanging right in the middle of it all is this small blue marble. That's home. That's everything. It's a view that really changes you. And today, from right here, we're making history.
Okay, look at that number, 252,757 miles. Right now, that's how far away we are from every single person on Earth. I mean, how do you even begin to wrap your head around a distance like that?
And just like that, we did it. That number means a new record has been set. The four of us, right here inside this capsule, are now officially the farthest human beings have ever traveled from our home planet. It's a quiet moment, but wow, it's a profound one.
This all just happened. Today, it's day 6 of our 10-day journey around the moon. You know, we've trained for this for years. We've simulated it 100 times. But to actually be here, watching that number tick over in real time, yeah, that's something else entirely.
You know, this isn't just about a number. For over 50 years, the heroic crew of Apollo 13 held this record. Today, we pushed that boundary by over 4,000 miles. That gap, well, that represents half a century of dreaming, of innovation, and of pure human grit to get us back out here. But just breaking a record, that's not the whole story. There is a meticulously planned mission behind this moment. So to really understand why we're out here this far from home, we've got to rewind a little bit and look at how this whole journey started. Our mission is called Artemis II. You can think of it as a 10-day shakedown cruise. This is the very first time our spacecraft, Orion, has ever flown with people inside. So our job is to basically test drive it in the most challenging environment we could possibly find, deep space. So how are we doing it? Well, we're on what's called a free return trajectory. It is an incredibly clever bit of orbital mechanics. We're essentially using the moon's gravity like a giant cosmic slingshot. It grabs us, whips us around the far side, and then flings us right back towards Earth. It's not just elegant and efficient, it's a massive, built-in safety feature. And believe me, our to-do list for this trip is huge. We are testing every single critical system on Orion, from the avionics and navigation all the way down to the life support. Every single test we pass out here is another green light for the future missions that are actually going to land on the moon. But of course, it's not just about the hardware. It's about the people inside this thing. So, who are the four of us making this historic flight? Okay, so our commander, Reid Wiseman, he's the one keeping us all on track. I'm Victor Glover, and I'm the pilot. With me are our two amazing mission specialists, Christina Koch and Jeremy Hansen. And what's really incredible about this crew is that it represents a whole series of firsts. Christina is the first woman, I'm the first person of color, and Jeremy is the first Canadian to ever fly on a lunar mission. All right, let's go back for a minute. Let's talk about the journey that got us to this record-breaking point, all the way from the fire and thunder of launch to this quiet, silent coast through the darkness of space. It all kicked off back on April 1st. Yeah, we had a few technical and weather delays, but then the Space Launch System, the most powerful rocket ever built, just lit up the Florida sky. I can't even describe the feeling of that power pushing you off the planet. It's a feeling you never, ever forget. Those first couple of hours were an absolute whirlwind of critical events. You feel this huge jolt. Bam! That's the solid rocket booster separating. Then, a few minutes later, the main engine cuts off and the core stage is gone. And then comes the big one, the translunar injection burn. That's the engine firing that pushed us out of Earth's orbit. That's when we were officially on our way to the moon. So, look, breaking a 50-year-old record is amazing, don't get me wrong, but it's not the main goal. This whole mission is really a crucial stepping stone. Its success is what paves the way for humanity's next giant leap. Every single task we complete on Artemis II directly helps the missions that will come after us. We're proving the hardware can survive out here. We're testing the life support systems to make sure crews can stay safe for long trips. And we're confirming our navigation, so we know how to get to the moon, and more importantly, how to get back. We're the test flight that makes it possible for the next crew to actually land. And that really gets to the core idea behind the entire Artemis program. It's not about just repeating what we did in the past. It's about building an inclusive and sustainable future in space. It's about opening up this frontier for absolutely everyone. Our work out here is not done yet. We've passed the farthest point of our journey, and right now, the moon's gravity is pulling us back home.
In just a few more days, we'll be getting ready for the final test, a blazing re-entry through Earth's atmosphere, and then, hopefully, a nice, soft splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. You know, from up here, looking back at our beautiful, fragile planet, you just can't help but wonder. We've proven we can come this far again. The next step is to stay. So how will returning to deep space for good change everything?